Oh geez. Ari just woke up now. She's like, you turned the inverter off. I know what that means. I know what that means. And she's out. You still gotta put your, oh, you farted. She just farted in my face. Little sicko. Oh man. Okay, well, we're gonna knock out a little bit of a run. It'll probably be about 3 miles, probably. A little 5K this morning. And then we're gonna take off and drive. And probably be able to get a little bit of a run in tonight too. Oh, I need to do this now before I forget. So those of you who have been watching my IRL streams of driving, you know that I get about 2 miles down the road and hear a big crash, and then I look in the back and my laptop is sitting on the ground because I keep forgetting to pull it off the shelf. So we're gonna do that now. Okay, it says it's at 100% now, so we should be good there. Hi. Yeah, we're gonna go. She's like, but it's freaking cold out there. It is cold out there. You are correct, sweet girl. Yeah, she's like shivering. That's why I put my running tights on. Yeah. I don't know what to do here. I guess I can use this one. It's like I don't know where my phone mount is. I'll use this one. Okay. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna pick up. I was so confused. If you look at on the run a show, it says in the email that he sent me, the director, it says he wants me to set up a static cam at the last location I go to. But then you look at Cal Topo and it has 2 static cams. So I gotta figure out, what does he want? Oh, have the heater going because it is freaking cold. I forgot to buy a new thermometer, so my thermometer says it's 70 degrees outside, and it is not. It is probably closer to about 26, I would guess. Yeah. And then figure out what time I can pick those up in the morning. Because I'll probably gonna message Caleb and say, hey, I'm gonna pick up the static cam at the start line first thing in the morning, so meet me there. Oh. She was out of water. She's been probably wanting water all morning. In fact, I vaguely remember her in the middle of the night wanting to get a drink, and I thought about maybe she was out of water, but she never told me she was out of water. Usually she'll tell me. And then I'll be all confused, like, what do you want? Holy cow, this fucking thing. Oh, it's cold out there. Am I going to survive this run? The sun's shining. It must be closer to freezing now, because I can see that the frost is where the sun is at. The frost is melted off the grass now. Hi. Yeah, I gotta put shoes on. Well, I know you want to go because you're cold probably, huh? Yeah, you're probably cold. You wanna go ahead? Go ahead. Go ahead. No. Okay. I just wanted to go up where it was hotter, but I guess not. I should go sit in the cab of the van because I got the van running right. Oh, it says I probably don't even have the frickin'. I've been talking this whole time. You guys probably haven't been able to hear me because my frickin' mic was on the van. But maybe you could. Maybe you could. Maybe you couldn't. I don't know. I did do a test stream last night for a new camera setup, and it's not working quite as much as I wanted, so, or quite as well. How do I want to say this? It doesn't work the way I wanted, I guess would be the way to say it. Okay, I'm just going to put this on and see how it is out there. Might have to put a double coat on because it's cold. And we're not really going to be in the sun that much. Like, we'll be in the sun, but we're not going to be like in direct sun as we weave through trees. You gotta put your bell on. I don't know where it's at though. It's right here. You can sit in the heat if you want really quick. Sit in the heat. Go to the heat. Okay, don't go in the heat. Yesterday she had a good day with her coughing. This morning though, I don't know what her deal is. Like she woke up and she was like freaking coughing up a freaking lung over here. What her deal is. Oh, I kind of need to poop. Oh well. Kind of need to poop. I think if I wear gloves, I'll be okay. It is 27 degrees out. So I was correct. It has come up a couple degrees. Thought about driving out to the trailhead and then we'd be running right back past this again. But we'll just go from here because I don't need to get that far. Because we will probably do something tonight too. But hopefully I can just grab this stuff in the morning because otherwise I have to drive out of my way tonight. And I will be charging that on my invoice if that's the case. I kind of think I need to put your other harness on just in case. Because there is... Hold on, I gotta get the... Will you stop moving? Stop! You weirdo. There you go. Yeah, I don't want you to get shot. There's hunters out here. There is hunters. Okay, let me get this put on. So, for those of you that remember or that tuned in for the drive to here, I'm not going to use sunglasses because I won't be able to see anything with them on. As much shadow as there is. Anyways, where I first parked was a decent spot, and we were just going to park there, and then I was just going to drive down to the trailhead yesterday morning. The satellite wasn't very good there. The cell service wasn't very good there. And then I found I'm like all of a sudden I was like we weren't even there but like 2 minutes. And I see her over chewing on something and I go over there and she was freaking, some hunter had left his carcass right next to the campground. Safe trailing out there. Yeah, thanks, Anarchy. And I don't know if when I noticed the bits the other day, thank you so much for the bits. Or no, was that you that did the bits? I don't remember. No, I actually don't remember now. Somebody did something. But since somebody, like, who does that? Who leaves the carcass right in the freaking campsite? Like, that's not what you do. Or at least maybe in Montana, that's definitely not what you do because of all the grizzly bears we have. Well, not even grizzly bears. We got grizzlies, cougars, wolverine, even black bears would wander in for that. But coyotes, wolves, all that. Ooh, but so we decided to come over on this side and hope we could find a good camp spot. And oddly enough, we got the best camp spot. The normal one we go to, oh geez, excuse me. Normal one we go to was taken. So I was like, well, let's just go over here just to see. And oddly enough, like nobody was here. Like, okay, we'll take it. And then woke up yesterday morning and I was like, because I looked at the run of show and I can just get there on Sunday morning and be fine. So if we get to Black Canyon, we're gonna go the other way. She's trying to go back. We're just gonna go the other way. I'm gonna change cameras. Here we go. So we just need to get to Black Canyon this afternoon and we'll be fine. So yesterday I did vehicle maintenance. I rotated my tires. Did a little bit on my some other stuff. I have to do my rear brakes. There's like hardly any life left on them things now. So I gotta, today, I'm gonna try and stop by a parts store and see if I can find a caliper compression tool. That's the only reason why I didn't do the brakes before. And so then we'll, on Monday, or possibly even, no, I think I'm pretty, possibly Saturday or Sunday afternoon, I might just do the brakes really fast. It's a bit nippy out here. The smells are awesome because it kind of has that just rain type of smell because all the frost on the grass is starting to melt with that sun, even though it's still, like I said, it's 27 degrees out here. It's so cold that I'm starting to feel a little bit of a rub on my nipples because my nipples are so hard. A little TMI, but just what it is. Kids were, when we were out here, this parking or this camp spot up here didn't even have anybody on it. I was like, what the hell? Like, that one's always taken. And over there. And then I don't know if somebody was at this spot or all the way over at our normal spot, but it was like I could see light, like somebody's little camp light or whatever. And I was like, gosh dang, I want to see that from where, all the way over where I'm at. Nari. Can't tell if that's a cow or what it is. If somebody's at the campsite, could be a horse. Oh, that's cows. I didn't know there was any cows out here right now. In fact, I've never seen cows out here. Ooh, that's a bull. I don't know as if we're gonna be able to get by. If it was a regular cow, not a big deal. But that is a bull. Yeah, exactly. Anarchy. Definitely. Well, the fact the hide was there. Like, I mean, I get it if like it was just a gut pile, but it wasn't the gut pile. Obviously, the gut pile was from wherever. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get by these guys. It's two bulls. And bulls are not friendly. And they're staring at my dog. She doesn't know what to do. Like, I'll occasionally like bone out an elk, and leave the stuff there, but if I am not like traveling a long distance or whatever, I take that with me because you can make a good like venison or elk stock out of it as well. Or you can chop up the bones and freeze them, and she can have like a good treat with some marrow bones. I agree. Even Nari's like, I don't know about this. But yeah, like the hide though, I mean, even if you're not going to do anything with it, you can go and take it, well, at least in Montana, you can take it to a place and they give you like money for that. like our actual recycling place in Montana takes hides, and it's like for an elk hide you get like $50 or something like that. It's probably more than that. It's probably a deer. We're gonna try and go around and keep the trees in between us and them. And Ari's like, good idea. Good idea, Dad. We're just passing by, don't mind us. Well, it's actually a bull and a heifer. So that bull's gonna be very protective. That's probably his lady. So I'm guessing she's probably pregos, probably gonna give birth later on. We'll just go around, you guys. Don't worry. I'm not gonna say like Sage Canada always says for everything. Don't worry, I'm vegan, because I'm not. I'm more like the meme with the little girl. If Riley would have flipped out, yeah, and that bull would have freaking tore Riley up. Those things are mean. There we go. Go a little bit now. Yeah, I'm not like Sage, where don't worry, I'm vegan. I'm more like that little girl that walks by the cows, like says something like hamburgers or whatever, and the mom's like, don't say that. And then the little girl looks at it, I like mine with cheese. Text the director right after this and be like, hey, am I setting up one static cam or two? And what do you want me to set up? You put her on a leash. Mari was smart enough and could tell. She was like, stopped for the longest time staring at it. And then when I went off to the side to go around it, she was like, good idea, let's go around. She took a wider swath around the bull than I did. Oh, that sun feels good. A little bit of that sun. Oh, my fingers are freezing since it's only 27 degrees out. Oh. I mostly just need to find out in the morning what time I can swing by and grab that stuff. That way I can tell Caleb what time to meet me there. Because I have to be set up by what did he say? 6? 5:46? I have to be set up by 6, I think. I don't know why I have to be set up that early. I don't think they're gonna get to me till. Well, I gotta remember, this is a road race. It's not a freaking trail race, so they're gonna get there pretty quick. See, here's that campsite. Nobody's at again. Just crazy to me. This time of year, hunting season, and there ain't a whole lot of people out here. Especially that a lot of the snowbirds on their way down will stop here. And the fact that there's zero snow, because there's normally snow here this time of year. It has snowed, but it got warm enough that it all melted. Oh, I forgot to turn on the freaking overlay, didn't I? I think I did. Yep, I did. Hold on. We're gonna take this off because it's not gonna show anything. Oh no, I did turn it on. Oh, well. I couldn't see the distance thing, so I couldn't tell if I turned it on or not. Well, I just effed it up because now if I turn it back on, it's gonna show 0. Oh well. I always forget to turn the overlay on, so I just automatically went to, oh, I forgot to turn that on, didn't I? Nice thing is, I looked at where the start-finish line is and everything, and this whole marathon's on the northern side of Phoenix. So it won't be that far of a drive for me tomorrow morning. Maybe at most an hour. Maybe I can wake up at like 4 o'clock and be fine, probably. I just gotta figure out how to get to, with all the road closures, how to get to my first point. Oh, I kind of have to poop. I still got a good 1.25 miles. Oh, so we're gonna get 4 miles out of this, I think. Yeah, looks like we'll probably get 4 miles out of it. Yeah, bouncing up and down is making me have to poop worse. Hopefully I won't have to have a bathroom emergency. Should be okay. There's multiple people camped out at our normal spot right here. There's a couple of people that drove by and some little side. Ooh, that's a new erosion car right there. Little side by sides. Yesterday afternoon, I was like, where the hell are they going? Because it's like a dead end. And then they never came back. So I'm like, okay, that means you guys are freaking going off trail, like just cutting across where there's no road. No wonder the Forest Service gets mad at people, because they never did come back through. And I know it's a dead end because me and her went all the way to the end of it. But it's a lot like this where it's, you know, pretty wide open, so you could take your four-wheeler and whatever. But I wonder if anybody appreciated the fact that last time we were here, I cleared that off. That's all the branches right there that I cleared off, so that you could get over the top of this a lot easier. Wish I would have remembered. I could have brought my saw and gone to town on that thing. Plenty of meat for freezer, for clothing, making a better cash card. Oh yeah. Yep. So there's a girl that I watch on YouTube that I first started watching her because she was just doing a van build out, and I was just starting my van build out, so I was learning from her on how to do things. And there was a few times where she would do something and she'd be like, okay, don't do what I did, because I just, you know, she learned from her mistakes type of thing. So then I was able to be like, oh, see, I would have never thought of that. And then but then so I learned a lot about the van life from her and her dog. And I was traveling with just me and my dog at the time, so I learned a whole lot from her. And I don't know, it's been probably a year and a half ago now, she bought like a little off-grid piece of property, and she still lives out of her van, but she's building like a little tiny little studio, and then she's also going to build like a little tiny one-room cabin now as well. But she has been learning to do things like tanning her own hide. She borrowed one of her neighbor's like mills or whatever you call it, so she could cut her own wood for her studio that she's building. Like all this stuff that she's learning, and I'm like, I wish I could learn. I mean, I could learn it, but I wish I had the time to learn it. Like tanning her own hide. And she's an avid hunter. Like, I learned a lot from her. I don't know what she does for work. I know it's not just the YouTube thing, although she probably does make pretty decent money off of it because her channel gets a lot of views and stuff. But I know she has some sort of remote job as well. And she was at one time talking about how she might have to hire an editor to do stuff, and I'm like, no. When she said that, I'm like, no, don't do it, because I love as a videographer, I love her style of her edits that she does. And so you hire an editor, and then it's their style, not your style. I'm going to try and do tomorrow, I'm going to do a day in the life of a videographer. I'd rather do it for an ultra, but I'll do it for this. And then I might do it for JFK as well, because they're two totally, well, JFK's even, it's kind of like, really I'd have to do 3 of them so you can see like the difference of what I have to do. Like, you got this, which is a road race I'm doing on Sunday, and then JFK, which is an ultra, but it's a combination of like trail and road. And even something like Javelina. I was going to do it for Javelina, but I completely forgot. But even Javelina is like the way it is. It's completely different than what I normally do. When you look at something like Hard Rock or High Lonesome or Western States, I'm gonna walk this uphill. I actually feel pretty good. Yeah, exactly. It does. Because I thought about that. I'm not even monetized on YouTube, but I'm like a year and a half behind on editing and posting videos on my YouTube channel. And it's like, so I was like, I'll just maybe just hire an editor to do it. Almost like, being that I'm not monetized, it wouldn't even be cutting into profits. It's like I have zero profits on it. Now, I could roll it under my business expense and write it off at the end of the year, but I don't have the money to even put forward to do it. Ooh, I'm actually starting to sweat, which is weird because normally I'm freezing with the temperature right now. Oh, somebody's got a four-wheeler or OHV or something out there. You can hear them off in the distance. I mean, my business, my videography business, which this is wrapped up underneath that, the umbrella. So anything I get off of Twitch, because I am monetized on Twitch, which isn't a lot. I'm lucky if I get a payout every 4 months, and the payout threshold is $50. So I'm lucky if I make $15 a month on this thing. Just depends on how many subs I get. Sometimes I have over like 10 or 12 subs, and then I get a payout almost every month, but that's usually a rare occurrence. I usually have that maybe 2 months out of the year. I usually average about 4 subs. And I think for every sub, I only get like $1.90 or $2 or something out of it. And then I get my most out of ad revenue whether somebody has Twitch Turbo or actually. Thanks for the sub, Anarchy. I was not saying all that to get somebody to sub. But yeah, thank you for the sub. And the 3 months in a row. Gosh dang. I appreciate that a lot. But I had somebody come in my chat the other day on the IRL driving stream. And they're like trying to sell themselves to be like, hey, you know, let's make your stuff better and all this. And it's like, dude, I do this professionally. Like, I'm not. This is new, isn't it? I don't remember this being here last time we came through. I know it wasn't here. I mean, you could easily clear that a little bit. We'll do that on the way back because we're almost up here to where we have to turn around and go back. You don't want to just, well, thank you so much. I was like, I do this professionally. Like, not even on my channel. I mean, I do it professionally. Most of my videography is live stream that we do for races and stuff. But it's like when I'm driving, yeah, I could have like a kick-ass setup. If I don't have her in the van with me, I do have a kick-ass setup when I'm doing the driving streams. I have like 4 cameras going, cool overlays, commands, all that stuff set up. But if she's in the van, it's hard for me to put I have no place to put my laptop. And so if I can't use my laptop, then I'm just using one camera, which is hard to have a good setup with one camera. There's like tons of freaking foxtail out here. I didn't know there was this much foxtail out here. Luckily, she's not trying to eat any of it. But my oldies love to just run through grass in general. We run through that and get foxtail stuck down in her ears. I'm actually really liking these shoes, but way better than the previous model. These are the Hoka Challenger 8s, I think they are. And I had a pair of the Challenger 7s from a year ago, which were, you know, an all right shoe just to go out and get some miles, but I do have Riley with me quite a bit. Only when I'm in Montana, though. Good old Riley dog. Nari, though, I have her with me almost all the time. Well, she'll be with me now for at least through probably next fall, which even then, I'm not sure. I don't have any other. Okay, we gotta turn around. Yep. She's like, oh man, we never go past that. Well, there's a reason for that. I lose signal. Like I can't even get. Maybe I look back and she's like, oh, are we going? Nope. I can only get like maybe a 1/10 of a mile past that road. I completely lose signal because it drops down into a drainage for the next mile. So we gotta turn around. I mean, we're gonna be right at 4 miles total, which is okay. But yeah, I don't have anything scheduled to where I would need to drop her off anywhere. The only thing that would be next, like August, September time frame. I'm looking at going to Europe, and I'd love to take her with me. I don't think it's going to be possible. One, because I can't afford 2 tickets. I can't even afford 1 ticket currently. But because everything I do, I mean, I do pretty good with my videography. It's not enough to make a living off of. If that's all I had, I could. I mean, I could definitely work more gigs than I do. And the like what I'm doing this weekend, the company that I'm contracted with, they don't pay a lot. Pretty much all us videographers do it because we love it, not because we're doing it for money. So it's essentially about a third of a day rate. Which is still decent money. I mean, it's still, if you calculate it based upon about how many hours I work on average on a weekend, I'm making $20 an hour, which isn't a lot. For a videographer, though, it's definitely not a lot. But any, I guess you say, profits that I make on that side of the business, I just reinvest right back into the business. So I haven't showed a profit yet. And I have at least 2 more items I want to buy by the end of the year. And then I shouldn't have to worry about anything else for quite a while. And then next year will be all nothing but profit. And then I can actually probably pay me a wage even. And I don't really want to do that because then I have to worry about taxes. And I have to worry about taxes anyways on the business side, but I have to pay like self-employment taxes of all different sorts. We're gonna clean this up a bit. All right, here, I set you down right here. I need to find a spot to set you down at. You're in the way. I know, you think you're being helpful. You're not. I don't want you to get hurt. Oh, look out. for me? That one? Okay. Good job. Good job helping. Yeah. My little helper here. She did a good job. It's weird. He chopped off. Somebody came through here with a saw. And they chopped off all the branches except for this one right here that was sticking over the ground. 20 hours of peanuts, yeah, truly is. I mean, if you compare it to, like, if I was working, like if I was truly trying to do videography and I was working, you know, as much as I potentially could, I mean, I'd easily be making 6 figures just on that. But it's a side hustle for me. But the next thing I want to do, which will help pay a lot, is get my drone license and then start doing some drone stuff for places. But I have to buy my new drone. I think what I want to get is about $1,100. And then I could make a little more money. Because then I can just do little side gigs all the time. Because there's always people that are looking for that. Plus I'll buy, or my plan is to put some, if I do a lot of that, I'm going to create a lot of B-roll essentially. And sell it. Because places are always looking for B-roll footage of different things. And there's a couple different websites, but there's one that I've worked with before that essentially, like these big studios, it's you know, you pay like a fee, a subscription fee, I guess you could say, and then you have access to all this library of video footage that would be non-copyrighted material. 'Cause I do that with my music for like my YouTube videos. I pay a annual subscription to a place that it's just a bunch of these little indie artists that make music, and then you can use it under, you know, for videos. And you don't have to worry about DMCA stuff. Same thing with videos. With B footage, B-roll. And that'll at least supplement income a little bit. you just got to have stuff that people want. I'm thinking about just hanging it on my website, which I need to redo my website. I started to work on it, and then for whatever reason, got distracted. Well, I know why I got distracted. That's when I got busy again working back in June, and I just haven't touched it since. It's just one of those things that it's like I don't get enough traffic to my website to pay for somebody to make it really good. I have to just do it myself. But then also, if I was to pay somebody, would I have more traffic, you know? Who knows? But the main focus of my website is my coaching business, and I'm trying to get out of it. I enjoy coaching, but right now it's like I spend more time than what is worth coaching, because the whole thing with my coaching is like, yeah, I could charge, you know, I could be like freaking David Coop or something and charge $500 a month per athlete, but my main focus is providing coaching for military and their dependents and stuff, you know, veterans and stuff at a discounted rate, especially veterans, because I think running can help with you know, if you're having mental health issues. This guy driving by is probably wondering, why is this guy over here running? This uphill is killing me. Will my problems with YouTube be good? Yeah. Well, and like 6 years ago, when I first started my YouTube channel, I was just doing like vlog type of stuff. More, a little bit, sometimes a little more cinematic. And then I was doing like shoe reviews, stuff like that. And I had enough subscribers on YouTube that I could have got monetized, but I just needed more hours of like views or whatever they call that, which was getting there. But then when I moved to DC, I did more, you know, because I was so far away from the mountains and I was working and all that I didn't really have anything to make videos. And I focused more on the Twitch side of the house. And I let my channel just go into destructive mode, and I lost over 1,000 subscribers. Like I went from like having, like I didn't have a whole lot. I had like close, I think I had 1,400, like 1,435 or something like that was my highest I had. But when I finally decided I was going to start doing more, well, it was after I retired, from the military, decided I was going to start doing stuff on my YouTube channel again, and logged into my YouTube channel and I had like 37 subscribers. And 6 years ago to today, it's so well, and I have a Kick channel, but it's hard to multi-stream to Kick. I tried doing it on here, and I can do it on here. I have it connected to where I could do it on here, but I can't read chat because it's a RMTP connection, so I can't read chat unless I have a second phone. I need to get an Android base as a second phone that I can use StreamBuddy on, and then I can do it. But yeah, it's like the market right now, or whatever you want to call it, is so flooded with running type content and stuff on YouTube anymore that everybody has a YouTube channel. So in the last like 3 years, I think I've only gained like maybe 40 new subs back. Well, some of them are probably old subs that I had before, and then they saw that I started doing stuff again, and now I haven't really done anything again. It's been probably 4 or 5 months since I've posted a vlog, or whatever you want to call it. Now I live stream on it. Like right now I'm live streaming on it, which has helped keep the channel active, but a lot of my subs don't come in for my live stream. They come in for the other videos. They like to see the mountains and stuff wherever I'm at. Hi, sweet girl. It's uphill. Oh, that's a diesel truck, I'm guessing. Oh, it's an OHV. It's not the one that went by just a little bit ago. Maybe it is. Oh, it's the guy that's staying up here. Probably is the guy that went by a little bit ago. It just sounded weird being down here versus up at the same height. Just upload game content, yeah. Well, I mean, if that's your deal, like I'd love to. I would have to start a new YouTube channel if I was gonna do gaming stuff, and it would probably grow faster than my running channel. But hills are getting me. There's gnats flying around now, so it's gotten warm enough now. Must be above freezing. Or at least there's pockets of air that are above freezing above this trail. Well, and I thought about doing that too. But I would still want to, I think, keep it separate, a separate channel, but I need to take the time and do a complete rebuild on the inside of my van, which I thought about doing this winter, just go down to Lowe's or Home Depot or something and buy some stuff that I know I'm going to need. Most of what I would be doing, I can just reuse what I have in the van. But there's a few modifications I want to make, so I'd have to buy, you know, another sheet of plywood, a new sheet of plywood, I guess I should say. Because realistically, I built my van. Everything inside of it is like temporary. I guess is the way to think about it. Because one thing I learned is, and this is what I learned from that lady I used to watch, or I still watch on YouTube when she was doing her van build and stuff. Because she was about a year ahead of me. And she even did like a video on how, like, do things temporary and live in it for a while and see if it works for you. And that's pretty much what I've been doing now for 4 years in my van. And throughout those 4 years, I have been modifying things to be like, oh, does this work better? Does this work better? Like, I don't like this. But now, pretty much have a good thing. It's just, I need to upgrade it, make it more permanent. Like my wiring, I've been adding things on there for the last 4 years, so my wiring is a mess. And I'd love to be able to just run it all in the, now that I know where everything's just gonna go, you know, more permanent how I have things. I'd love to run the wiring more permanent and, you know, run it behind my walls instead of a lot of just willy-nilly everywhere. And my power, pretty much have it dialed in now. Although I'd love to upgrade my batteries, but like everything's pretty much set. I just need to there's a lot of people doing it these days though. Well, the thing I love is about people doing these vans, it's like they look at it and they're like, oh, that would be such an awesome life. Who the hell is driving out here? There is no road there, buddy. Somebody thinks there is. But it's, you know, they have more of a romantic view on it. They don't understand it's not all it's cracked up to be. And then, you know, they don't want to do the van build themselves. So we can't see in there. Well, the road is right here, and there was that big campsite right there. And then, but somebody was driving off that direction, but they could only go like 100 yards. It's like, it doesn't go anywhere. Where are you going? But they, you know, they'll spend, you know, 140 grand on a freaking van because they don't want to build it themselves. And then the thing I don't understand about these people that do these van builds, they do these van builds for essentially these old people that only going to use it on the weekends or whatever, or maybe in the summer they might go for like a, you know, a trip across the nation or something. But they're not like, the builds are, they're not very functional. They're Instagram pretty. And so, you know, it's like they make sure, you know, they have a toilet and a shower in them. But somebody that lives in their van full time, none of this, like they might have a toilet, but none of them have a shower. Our showers are outdoor showers because you're not going to spend the money or you're not going to take away from your space on the inside because there's more functional use of that space. And it's like, you know, you look at a lot of you know, these 140 grand built, and they might have maybe 400 amps of, like 400 amp hours of battery and, you know, 200 watts of solar. And if you're going out there for a weekend, that'd be okay. But if you're going to live out of it, that is not going to do it. There ain't no way. And so then they end up having to buy a generator, you know, a little Honda generator. Oh, here's the bowl. We gotta go around again. It's moved a little bit. It was up here further. We're just gonna do a nice little, we're just going by ya. Don't worry about us. Although now there's not as many trees in between us and him. But we'll just go around. We're just gonna go around ya. And Nara's like, dude, she's over here by me staring at him like, don't you do it. Don't you run towards us. That's some big balls you got there, buddy. Hell yeah. I think I got myself a little lady like this. Ooh, it's warmed up enough. Warm breeze now coming off of that. On the side over here. Okay, now we're good. But it's like, you know, they get to where they're living out there and they try and live out in it, and then they're like, well, this sucks. Well, it's because you bought a 140 grand van that's built for weekend recreation, not living in full time. If you're gonna live in your van full time, like if you're gonna truly do the van life, you got to build it yourself. 2 reasons. 1, to make it more functional to live in. 2, because then if something breaks, you know how to fix it. Because if you're out in the middle of nowhere and something breaks on it, you can't just call AAA and be like, hey, you come fix this? Now, if your whole plan of living in the van life is to stay at, you know, these private campsites, you know, like KOAs or stuff like that, then sure, go for it. But if your plan is to live off grid, then like right now, my biggest freaking stressor is charging my batteries, because this time of year, with the sun being so low, it's hard to charge. Now, if you had, you know, 200 or even 400 amp hour batteries, then you could get enough sun to charge for sure. But if you get one cloudy day, then you're effed. Me, I have 800 amp hours of batteries, and I'd still like more. That's why I want to upgrade my batteries. Because I got the old technology. So there's a lot that are bigger and are not more robust power, but a smaller footprint that you can buy. Like my solar panels. That's why I upgraded my solar panels. But like yesterday, I was in full sun. Had nothing on. Like had everything turned off. And I was charging with 500 watts of solar. I was only charging at 160 watts. I think this is the road. Learn to go and build your own van out to what you need. Yeah, I mean, I spent, before I even had like what I would consider a complete loadout, it was almost 2 years of me living in the van, because I was, we're gonna go this way, back to the van, this way, we're going this way. Weirdo. There we go. Like I was modifying things for the longest time. Like even my refrigerator, the way I have that built right now. And I did go versus what most people do. They have more of like a, what would you call it? Like a dorm room refrigerator. I went with a pretty big chest style refrigerator slash freezer so that I could hold more stuff, because I'm quite often out here for 2 or 3 weeks. And having a bigger freezer has been a godsend. But like I didn't even know how I wanted to do it. And I finally have it built the way I have it built now, because I have less wasted space. I have more storage room, all that kind of stuff. And for the year that I was without a dog, after Nessa passed away and before I got this little butthead, I didn't have to carry a big tub of dog food, that kind of stuff. So it wasn't a huge deal. And then once me and her started traveling together, I had to figure out, where am I going to put my huge ass bin of dog food? So, it's just stuff like that. But yeah, there's a couple things I would change. I'd have a bigger bed, for one. I'd love to put some kickouts on the back end, or flares, I guess some people are called, or they're called. They're kickouts is all they are. Because that would just, like right now, I can't lay on my bed and have my legs straight unless I'm kitty corner across the bed. I can't be kitty corner across the bed because I have this little butt head. But originally I didn't want to get the flares or the kickouts because I was doing a lot of stealth camping, and there's nothing stealthy if you have those, then everybody knows, But now that I have my AC unit, which is another reason why I didn't want to have an AC unit, is because it's hard to be stealthy. Everybody knows already anyways now, so it's not a big deal. So I might as well just get the kickouts and be more comfortable. Oh. But it works. Definitely works. My battery box, if I get the bigger batteries, I would rebuild just to and put it on a slide. I have the slides to do it. I just never used them because I bought them originally because that's what I was going to do originally, and I just didn't have it built how I wanted to yet to use them. Now that I know I would use those, and of course I left those up in Montana. And then I think I could I'd like to go to a composting toilet versus what I have now, because now I just have like a little portable one that I have to keep dumping every now and then, which isn't like bad, but I'd rather have a composting toilet. And now that I know how I would like build stuff out a little bit more better, I could actually put a compost toilet in here and put it also on like a little shelving type of system where I can just roll it out, when it needs to be used. Which would be sitting out most of the time, I guess, really. I mean, really, I could just put it where I have my portable toilet at right now, which I have that out all the time because she can't get onto the bed unless she can jump up on top of it. So, nicey girl, can I have this? Oh, I got a little bit of a pinch in my back. Yeah, I didn't have that this morning. Don't know what's over that. Probably from throwing them branches around. It wasn't warmed up yet. Oh, jeez. Here, let me get those scratches now that we got that nasty old harness off of you. Yeah. Consider doing the nomad life. Get rid of the house and just drive around in a van all the time. You don't have your van truck set up for it, yeah. And there's something to watch. Even when I was working before I went to DC, I lived in my truck for over a year and a half. And it worked out okay. But there I had like an office, so I was able to cook my breakfast and eat dinner and stuff in my office, and then I'd go and hop in the truck, go park somewhere, and lived out of that for about a year. And that was right after, while I was going through my divorce. It wasn't until after the divorce. Well, it was probably still 6 months after my divorce when I finally bought some. Well, that was more because I just couldn't, everything I put a bid on, I would get outbid by somebody who just wanted to buy the house for rental property, and so they just pay cash, drop cash on it, and so I couldn't compete. But there's a part of me that really wants to just do the renovation on my condo in Helena and sell it, because if I sold that thing, I would be completely debt free. Be completely debt free, and I'd have money in the bank too. Even though I'd get taxed the F out of it, because it'd be considered a capital gains tax or whatever. So I'd get effed on that. But I could just buy like a piece of land somewhere then, down in Arizona, and have a place to park during the summertime, or in the wintertime, I mean, it's summertime. Because in the, I'm going to wear these. Because in the summertime, I'm traveling so much for work that I don't really need a place to stay. Not that we really need a place in the wintertime either, because we traveled down here or two. But it would be nice just to be able to sit somewhere though. Like here, like the winter times down here, you know, I'm moving every 2 weeks to somewhere new. Build a little house for you and the dog. Oh yeah, like I just needed a little tiny house. Like there's a place that makes them in Billings, Montana that make these really nice little tiny homes. And they're cheap, like 15 grand, 20 grand, somewhere around there. You know, depending on how big and fancy you want to get. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't wag your tail at me, little miss. You can wag your tail at me, that's fine. Ow. That hurt. Oh, that freaking hurt. What are you doing? Drink. Oh, gross. Why do you do that? You sicko. Why do you do that every time? Huh? Can I get bigger? Thank you. She freaking goes and drinks a lot of water. And then while it's still dripping and slobbering all off of her mouth, she turns over and is like, "Oh, how you doing?" Maybe find a new lady and have a life of your dreams. I'd love to find a lady. The problem is most of them are not compatible with my lifestyle, we'll say. Anybody that is around my age, you know, that are single, like 90% of them are, you know, single moms, which have kids, so they can't live the way I do. And then the other 10%, let's just put it this way, there's a reason why they're single. And then anybody that's younger than me that would want to live this lifestyle basically want me to pay for everything, and I can't do that. So what's she doing? Little turd. Okay, well, we're gonna go because I gotta drive south now. We're gonna try and get there early enough, but I'm not gonna live stream the drive because I need to charge my batteries, and so I don't want to have my Starlink on the whole time. And then because I'm probably gonna need my batteries on Sunday. And then we will probably be doing something tonight, where if we can get a good parking spot in Black Canyon, then we will probably go do like a little 5K or something tonight too. So we will most likely see you tonight. I will not see you tomorrow. Yes, I will not see you tomorrow. Today's Saturday, right? I think it is, yeah. So I will not see you tomorrow, most likely. Unless I get done early enough tomorrow afternoon, then we will probably go somewhere and just hang out for a few days, but then we got to start our trek back east. So, and then I will probably just drive or stream all that. That'd be no big deal. I just got to plan where we're going to go. I know we're going to hit, there's one little area in Arkansas I want to hit where we can hit some trails and camp out for a little bit. And then other than that, I have no idea what we're going to do. We're just going to drive, I guess. I guess I could probably find like some private campgrounds in certain places because it'd be a lot cheaper than a hotel room and just stay there. But we'll see, because we're going to try and hit as much of the southeast as we can. And then we'll make our way to DC. We'll stay in DC for a few days and stealth camp, and then you know, run along some of the trails and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. But anyways, that's gonna be it for right now, this stream, and I will see you guys possibly tonight. Bye everyone, love y'all. I'd love to find one of those ventures for them, but they're rare now. They are very rare. Thanks for all the chatting there, Corey. We'll see you guys later.